Today we're going to be looking at the Southern University Fabulous Dancing Dolls Week 3. But before we do, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my page. You can click on the red arrow down in the bottom right hand corner. I have a lot of great content coming your way that I hope you'll enjoy. Until then, let's get into the Dolls Week 3 and see how they did. Before we get into the Dolls Week 3 performance, I would like to just take a moment and look back at weeks 1 and 2 and the scores that I gave them so that we can kind of check out their growth and see if they're making the progress that we as fans would like to see them make. As you can see, they did grow quite a bit from week 1 to week 2 by performing the same routine but cleaning it up. If you'd like to check out those two reviews, there's going to be a little link that comes up in just a second in the top right corner. You can click on that and check out my week 1 and 2 reviews of the dolls. Also, please check out all the other content on my page. Let's take a look at week 3. One of my favorite highlights of the dolls is seeing their field image. As you know, they do a different one every week. I thought this one was really cute. The pose at the end, I really enjoyed how they snapped down into it, just like that. Let's see how the routine is looking. Love a kick line, and I like what they do. The syncopated kick line right here is very creative. Nice jump, clean. See how everybody landed at the same point. This is very good right here, diversifying the choreography. You can see both lines. I like this, giving a little swag right there. As you can see, hair is on point because a lot of people is at a more manageable length here. Clean. See that leap? Very clean. Arms and everything in the same place. Very good, ladies. Okay, I didn't like that transition. I feel like that transition could have been more creative, but this makes up for it. Those spins right there are hard because you can easily get off your place and mess up the formation, but they did not. Clean. Gabby is showing out right here. I like that she's right here. Love the hip hop break very much better than the first 2 weeks. This is really cool right here. They're really into this. You can see their confidence shine through, and you can see that they are very comfortable with this routine. Another clean leap. Bam. Okay. I loved how that little move right there fit in with the drums. Very nice. Very nice. Let's take a look at a little bit of stands. I like to show my favorite stand clip of the week, and then we'll get into the score for week 3. This by far was my favorite stands moment, probably of the season so far, because it really showed the entire team kind of swag out a little bit and really show, their individual personalities, but also they really gelled well as a team on this clip. I used the split screen so that we could see both at the same time. I like this new count, even though it is somewhat a mashup of a couple of counts they already have, but new is new. I thought that Ariel was the star of this show on this clip. I thought all the girls were great, but I really saw a lot more facial expression from her, and she really showed that I'm a vet and I'm not a crab anymore type of mentality. This is probably my favorite group over here, Jordan, Kaylin, and Crab, Ariana. So let's get into this a little bit. Like I said, I love Micah's count selection in this particular clip. I thought it was really good. I must say, that she's fine in her own way. However, I see and I love the influence that you can see from the Danielle Stamper era as captain. Um, Danielle really took the whole concept of milk to the next level. Something that, myself and some of my buddies in my group chat, hey y'all, I said I was going to shout them out, but we always talk about how April really started the whole milk trend up front. And it continued through Kayla Pittman's reign as captain as well. I feel Danielle Stamper took it to another level, and you can really see it in this clip. And, with all of the crabs that Danielle had, and probably have another captain coming out of that group in the next year, you can really see that her influence has really revamped the Dolls' stand style. And I think that's really good. I don't think that they're going to be that battle team that everybody wants them to be, because that's just not their identity. But I think they're going to be able to hold their own against anyone. And I think that may be an unpopular opinion. One piece of feedback though I would like for Micah to know when the song ends. She seems to go beyond every song. I know it's going to happen sometimes, but you got to have a handle on that because it does get to be a little redundant after a while. And now let's take a look at this week's scores. I do just want to say that the Dolls definitely showed in their first home game a very high level of confidence, and it was something that was lacking in the first two field shows, and I'm glad that they've returned to form in that area. So I gave 10 points for showmanship. For formations and spacing, I gave 9 points because there was one transition early in the routine that I thought could have been a little bit more lively and active. For technical elements, I gave a 9. I would like to see a higher difficulty level, some fouette turns, some double pirouettes like they had in the first routine, but cleaned up. What they did was very clean and very effective, though. Creativity and wow factor, I gave an 8. Still looking for that big moment that's going to get the crowd going. And then for overall presentation, I gave an 8 for a score of 44 out of 50. I think the girls are well on their way to continuing the landmark seasons that they've had for about the last three. I think a lot of that is open to opinion and interpretation, but I think the Dolls have evolved over the last couple of seasons and they give a lot more sass and attitude, and I think a lot of people like that. I don't think that they're going to be the battle team that people want them to be. People want them to be aggressive and in your face, and I just don't think that's the Doll swag. Some people may disagree with that, and I know that you have to do what you have to do to be competitive, but I think that the team is really in a great place right now. Before we close out, let's just review where we are after 3 weeks. I think that the Dolls have pretty much improved in every area. I hope to see some creativity that's going to get us going. Last year they had a couple of examples. They did in their Don't Wanna Lose Your Love routine. They had a section where they all did toe touches in a row. They had a lot of great moments last season on the field, and I'm just looking for that big moment, and I know that they can, produce that. So let's keep watching throughout the season. I definitely am ready to see them up against some other bands at a Battle of the Bands type environment to see how they do. Before we close out, I just want to thank everyone for watching as always. Please like and subscribe. If you click on the red arrow right in the bottom right corner, you can subscribe right now. Have a great week, and I look forward to bringing more content that I hope you'll enjoy.